Okay.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. Welcome to another Storytime Sunday. Yes, I am wearing a cardigan because granted it is 73 degrees outside. My house is like 20, I'm convinced. My mom keeps it freezing. So we have a cardigan on today. Vibes. Anyways, so for this Storytime Sunday, I am going to be telling you guys why I deleted all my videos. If you guys have been here for a while, you know I originally started this channel back in high school. I started it when I was about 15 or 16, and I would post story times, reacting videos, all that. And at one point, I was up to, I want to say like 400 followers, roughly. And then suddenly, I deleted all my videos, didn't post anything else, and nobody knows why. Nobody knows what happened. And it was very abrupt, and I lost almost all of my subscribers, which fairly and rightfully so. Yeah, so I'm going to kind of be giving you guys a rundown of why that happened, how that happened, what the lead up to that was, and like where it came from. Let's get on with the video, and if you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and comment if you would like to see more videos like this, or what you have questions about when it comes to the deleted videos and all that stuff. I don't have them anymore, so they will never be back up, sadly. I wish I still did, because that was a huge part of my life and my growing up. Some of the stories I told, and I will retell those stories on here now that I'm an adult, but we're gonna go ahead and get started with this one. So I had this video up. One specific video that was the start of me deleting everything. Well, it wasn't really the start of me deleting everything, but it was the start of the problem that led up to me deleting everything. So I had this one friend at my second high school, my crappy high school. She was not really the best person. And I had told a story time on here called My Crazy Ex-Best Friend. It was about my ex-best friend who literally had followed me to my house, reported my address to the Board of Ed as if they didn't already know where I lived, and just consistently was trying to get me kicked out of this school because she had some weird animosity towards me even though we were friends. I never till this day ever learned what it was or why, but she was crazy. She would show up places I was just to yell at me for not inviting her. And I'll tell you all that story another time. Because she was kind of crazy. And I'll have to look. I might still have the text messages from her. I'll have to look. But anyways, I had uploaded the story time. And at the time, I had just had a falling out with one of my friends at my new school because of some shady stuff she had done, which I never talked about on my channel. I didn't talk about current issues. I still don't talk about current things going on unless it's on TikTok, really. And even then, those are 2-3 weeks old because I'm just not trying to get in trouble for nothing. I had uploaded that story time about my crazy ex-best friend from my second high school. That is very important to the story. From my second high school. And the recent falling out happened at my third high school. So these are two different friends. So, for the purpose of this story, we will call this girl Lily. We'll call her Lily, because that's the first thing that came to my mind. So, me and Lily had just recently had a falling out. And she was a year younger than me at this time. I know she was a grade below me. So, we had just had this falling out because she had done some really messed up shit. Her actions got me and my best friend at the time in trouble because she refused to take responsibility for it. And given my beautiful record with schools and my transferring script, obviously I was the easiest to blame. And because my best friend was my best friend and everyone knew that, of course she took a fall with me that neither of us were liable for. That was not our issue. We didn't cause that. And this girl starts going on my YouTube channel and she's commenting, KYS, you're a BITCH. You deserve the worst life. You're going to DI, fill in the blank. Like, she was not being, like, she was very ruthless about it. But at this point in time, I had already transferred 3 high schools. I had already been told all of this a million times. So my whole thing was like, I'm gonna take it to the chest. Like, there's nothing you can say to me I haven't already heard or I haven't already said to myself. Like, I was like, okay, whatever. Like, just run your mouth. Like, you're just pushing me on the algorithm commenting on my videos. Comment 30 times if you'd like. I really don't care. Like, go ahead. I had uploaded that video, and then 2 or 3 days later, I uploaded another video, and I want to say it was titled, like, she got caught vaping in the bathroom, or something like that. It was, once again, about my second high school, and it was just about something we had, like, found out, and they started kind of, like, going through bags randomly, and doing dog searches randomly, and, like, stuff like that, because people were getting caught in the bathroom vaping. So I had uploaded a story time about that. Lily starts commenting on this video. Oh, you're gonna expose me like that? Oh, you're gonna run your mouth about me like that? Da, da, da. Mind you, none of these videos had anything to do with Lily. I don't talk about things that happen current day. Like, I'm not an idiot. I'm not about to get myself expelled. Like, I liked being at this school. I didn't really like being at school, period, but, like, this was the best one I went to at this point. Like, I'm trying to thug it out. Like, cut me some slack here, bro. You know what had happened at my last 2 schools. Like, cut me some slack. And she would not cut me no slack. Like, she did not care. So she starts commenting, like, trying to get people to believe this is about her. And truly, it wasn't. Truly, 100%, honestly, it had absolutely nothing to do with her. So she keeps commenting. And so it got to the point where I was so irritated with her commenting, and people were literally, like, commenting under my video, replying to her, like, stop. Like, you are being ridiculous. This is too far. You're going too far. And, like, it was the point I turned my comments off. Now, hindsight, 2020, would have been better to report her and block her accounts. But I was in high school. You know, I wasn't thinking with my full brain yet. And so I was just kind of like, okay, shut off my comments. So about 3 days later, I uploaded another video. And I don't remember what it was titled, but it was like something about my ex-best friend, like the time my ex-best friend did something. And because I have one ex-best friend that, like, caused a lot of chaos in my life and a lot of drama. I had uploaded that video. My comments are still off. Like, I'm still not allowing people to comment on this because of this reason. This girl goes to my Instagram page and starts leaving her hate comments all over my photos. And I'm like, oh, great. Here we go. Like, this is never gonna stop. Like, whatever. So I block her on Instagram because at this point, like, I'm just, like, talking to my best friend at the time, and she's like, girl, just block her. Like, this is getting ridiculous. Like, block her. So I block her. And I go on about my day because whatever. About a week later, I upload another video. And it was called My Ex-Best Friend is Spreading Rumors About Me. And once again, it was about my second high school, not Lily. Lily goes to my Facebook page now. I didn't even know she had my Facebook page. Goes to my Facebook page and is commenting all this hate. At this point, I'm just, like, really fed up. I'm really irritated. And I'm just like, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna have to keep blocking you. So I block her again. Upload a video about 4 days later, I want to say. It was a few days later. It wasn't very long. It was titled, She Told Me to Myself. And I used, like, the skull emoji. Of course, as this rotation would have it, she goes to my TikTok, at the time it was Musical.ly, account, and starts commenting, you're the one who told me to da 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 da. Mind you, I had all these screenshots in case she had went to the principal or anything. I had never responded to her. I did not speak to her after our falling out. I wanted nothing to do with her. I could probably text my ex-best friend and she would still vouch for me till this day. And we don't even like each other. That I never once spoke to or talked to this girl after our falling out. And our falling out happened in the middle of the high school hallway. So there would have been bystanders who would have heard me say anything to her. So she tried to make it seem like she was the victim in all of this. And I'm not saying I was the victim. I mean, I understand why we had a falling out. You know what I mean? Like, we were in completely different phases of our lives. Like, it just wasn't making any sense for us to be friends at that point in time. She was trying to play the victim card, like, oh, feel sorry for me, feel sorry for me. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Block. I just keep blocking her. The next day I go into school. So mind you, at this point, we're like, 2-3 weeks in to this continuously happening. And I have all the screenshots. My best friend has screenshots of her running her mouth about me on Snapchat and all kinds of other social media. I never gave Lily my Snapchat. Because I had heard things about her being friends with other people. And I was always one of those people, I was always on guard. I was always on the fence about stuff. Like, I had to get to know you very well before I integrated you entirely into my life. Like, me and this girl, we were cordial. Me and Lily were cordial. Like, we got along. We went to basketball games together. We didn't hang out outside of school unless it was an at-school event, like a basketball game or a wrestling match or stuff like that. We were not by no means BFFs. We were by no means outside of school friends. We were strictly school friends. Me and my best friend at the time show up to school. I was her ride, so she always came with me. We get in homeroom and we're like, texting whatever before the bell rings. Bell rings no sooner, I want to say maybe 5 minutes after the bell rings. Teacher answers, hello? Hi, we need Sharisa Klein to the AP office. So she hangs it up. She looks over at me and kind of like motions me to come here. I walk up to her. I'm like, is everything okay? Because like, I didn't know if like something had happened to my family or whatever. Like, you never know when you're motioned up by a teacher and they don't just directly tell you what's going on. Which I'm very grateful for her. She never directly ever told the class what was going on. She always motioned someone to the front and kind of like whisper it to them, which was really nice of her. But not the point of this video. So she goes, hey, you're wanted in the AP office. AP stands for assistant principal if you guys don't use that term. And I look at her, I'm like, okay, did they say why? Like, at this point, I'm curious. And she's like, they didn't give me any context. I'm sorry. Here's your pass. Like, go ahead and head there. Like, take your stuff with you. I don't know how long this is going to take. The second she said, take your stuff with you, I knew this was going to be an entire thing. I knew it was some debacle that was going to last at least through first period. So I go to the AP office. I see Lily walking out, going like this, covering her face with a tissue, crying. And I'm looking at him like, what the hell is going on? And my best friend at the time walks in behind me, and she looks at me, and I look at her, I'm like, do you know what the hell's going on? And she's like, I was hoping you would have answers. I'm like, I'm clueless in the hood over here, like, I need some assistance, I don't know. So we're just kind of standing there staring at each other, like, back and forth, and they have one AP take her into one room, and an AP take me into another room. I still to this day don't exactly know why they called her in, because she had no play in this situation. So they take us into these rooms, and they're like, take a seat, sit your stuff down, A, B, C, D. And I'm like, okay. So I sit all my stuff down, go into this, and I'm sitting in this room. I see the police officer there, and I see my AP there. And they're looking at me, they're like, so you obviously know why we called you in here. And I'm like, actually, I need some clarification on that because I'm not really sure. Like, I saw Lily walking out crying, but I don't really have any context as to what's going on. Like, I have no clue what's happening right now. They're like, so Lily had came to us saying that you had told her through a YouTube video that she needs to herself. And I just like, it was so rude. And I didn't mean to be this person. I started busting out laughing. And he looks at me and goes, Sharissa, this is not funny. And I'm like, But see, that's where you're wrong, because it kind of is. And he goes, no, it's not. I'm like, it is though, because I never told her that. I never said that to her. Those videos on my channel are about my old high school and stuff that happened to me. I never said in any form of this for her to do anything of that to herself. I never came at her incorrectly. If you actually want the proof, I have every single screenshot of everything she ever said to me through my videos without me even mentioning her. I was like, and anyways, in my videos, I don't use real names. I don't put anyone else's information out there. Like, I'm just telling things that happened to me. And he's like, well, here's the deal. I don't care what those screenshots show. You need to delete the videos. Sir, what? You don't care what the screenshots show, but this is a serious matter and it's not funny? But I can't show you what's been happening to me. Like, dude, I have been being harassed by this girl for 2 to 3 weeks. She comes in here and says one thing, has no evidence to back up what she's saying. But you don't care that I have proof. I have actual legitimate proof on my phone I had at the time. We had a different company. So I'm going to have to see if I still have any of these messages. If I do, I will like insert them here. Honestly, I probably don't though. It's been years and years and years since this happened. You don't care about the actual evidence. She's just crying. So, you believe her off the jump? Like, I'm sorry, but I thought when accusations like this were made, there was a little bit of an investigation done through the school. And you actually want to look at what really happened. I guess not in my case, though. And he's like, and you cannot leave this room until the videos are deleted. Now, at the time, I didn't know he couldn't make me delete those videos. I thought, like, he truly had me thinking I was going to be expelled if I didn't delete the videos, which I found out years and years later. He actually couldn't do, because there was no proof that any of them were about Lily, because they weren't. He refused to see any of the evidence I had. I never used real names. I never said the school's names. Like, I gave out no information. I would always put a fake name with a person. And I would always make sure what was said never exposed any information. It just was like what had happened. So he's telling me I can't leave this office until I delete these videos. And mind you, at this point in time, I'm 17. I'm still a minor. I'm pretty sure he needed to at least alert my parent of this conversation. Editing Sharissa here, because remember, he was threatening to expel me and he had an officer in the room. So I'm about 99.999% sure a parent was either supposed to be notified or my parent had to be there with me during this conversation. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure if you're going to trap a minor in a room and not allow them to leave until they do what you're telling them to do, you need a parent present for this. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I looked him dead in his face and I went, yeah, I'm not doing that. And he goes, well, you have to, or you will be expelled. Now, in high school, I was one of those people, like, I would love to push it. I would love to see how far I could get you to go to see if you'd actually go through with it. Like, when it came to, like, principals and teachers, when they were like, I'm going to write you up or I'm going to do this, I'd be like, okay, do it. Go ahead, because you have no legitimate reason. I love to kind of push a little bit, which is a very immature thing to do. And I was young. I was immature. He's like, delete them or I'm going to expel you. And I'm like, yeah, no. And he's like, you have to delete them or I will expel you. You are not leaving this room until you delete them. And I go, you want to sit here and watch them with me? When I can pull all of them up. Not a single one's about her. The girl I'm talking about even included a description of. She was a brunette. Lily's blonde. And he's like, I don't care. You need to delete them. And I'm like, so I just kind of cross my arms and I just sit back. And I'm sitting there staring at this man in silence for an hour. And he goes, give me your phone, I'll delete them. If you think I'm going to give you access to my personal property that I pay for myself, oh, you've lost it. So I take my phone and I go like this to him. And I sit it down. And he goes, what's your password? And I'm whole time stone cold. And he's like, what is your password? And I'm like, and this went on for an hour of him asking me my password, telling me he needed access to my phone, that it was required of me, and I was required to delete these videos, and throwing around like a bunch of empty threats and empty promises, saying, I'm gonna expel you if you don't delete these videos. He literally got to the point, he pulls out a binder, flips it open, goes to one of those little files, pulls out expulsion papers. He sits them on the desk and he starts filling them out with my name, my address, my parents' phone number, like all this stuff. I'm like, it's like, can you even do that? Over something that has nothing to do with the school, incidents that happen outside of the school, stuff I didn't even do, stuff you never even conducted an investigation into. I had evidence none of this happened, and you didn't want to see mine, but you were going to take the word of someone who had no evidence. Like, it was a very shady dub situation. It was very messed up. And, like, looking back on it, I know that now. But at the time, I didn't know that. When he started filling out those papers, I didn't know what else to do. I couldn't go to a fourth high school. I was in my junior year. I wasn't driving 30 minutes out of my way to go to high school. I was already driving, 18, just to go to this school. And I doubt they even would have transferred me to another school. I'm pretty sure I would have had to have been homeschooled if that was the case. I unlocked my phone and didn't say a word about it. I just deleted all of the videos. And I showed him they were deleted. I showed him they weren't in my archives. I showed him they didn't exist anymore. And after that, he did leave me go back to class. He ripped up the expulsion papers, all that. And I never looked at my YouTube channel after that. I never uploaded. I never said anything. I never posted anything. I didn't for years. I just didn't touch my channel. I changed my channel name. It used to be Sharice's Style. I changed it to my normal name when I finally came back. It just, I completely, I think there's one video up of me from junior year. And it was my come to prom with me or get ready for prom with me. And that's the only video that's up from that period in my life. It was high school. Nobody cared that there was proof. It was he said, she said, we said. I do question why the officer was in there. Because the officer didn't say a single word to me the whole time. I will say I do regret taking those videos down. I very much regret taking those videos down, and I wish I would have stood my ground and never taken them down. But I also knew if my mom got that call that I was getting expelled, it would have just been a whole ordeal. Because, 3 schools in 4 years plus homeschool is already a lot. Getting expelled just would have been another thing to add to her plate, and she just didn't need it at the time. So I did not really what I thought was best, but what I thought I had to do, because I didn't know he couldn't make me do that. And I took all the videos down. I stopped posting because after that, everything got so dark for me, and I was just very depressed, and I was very just not myself. I didn't feel safe uploading videos. I didn't feel comfortable uploading. I didn't know if they were going to have to be deleted right after I posted them again. I didn't know what was going to happen if I started uploading again. And I'll never know. And for a while, I did hold a lot of resentment to not only my AP, but to Lily, towards her, because she took away something that was my safe space. She took away something that was what made me comfortable and what made me happy. So, I finally forgave her, when I became an adult. I still don't know why she did what she did, but I also realized where I am now and who I became probably would not have even been close to the same person had that not happened. I've realized holding on to stuff that happens when you were younger, in the end, it really never benefits you. It will make you a really hateful person, and you'll be very closed-minded, but it won't help you, and you won't grow from it, you won't learn from it, and holding that resentment just didn't benefit me in any way. With that being said, there's the story time of why I deleted all of my videos on my YouTube channel and went completely radio silent after I was 17. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and like the video. It really helps me out. And if you guys want to see more story times, I also have mini story times on my YouTube shorts. They are in a little playlist that should be public to you guys. I also uploaded my first airport experience last week, so you guys can go watch that. And yeah, guys, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.